in art for learners at the Forest School is really to establish a practice of creativity. So an art guide helps guide young learners in exploring their own creativity. So some of the ways that we do that in art class is through what we like to call creative experiments, where we are encouraging learners to basically try something. Maybe it's a new medium, maybe it's a new art form that they haven't experienced before, and try it over and over and over again until they feel comfortable with it. And to experiment with all different types of art forms, not just the one that they gravitate towards. And experiment with it and play with that medium or with that technique or with that project. During art class, I give learners a challenge they have the freedom to experiment with in their own way. It's not confined to as many parameters as maybe in traditional schools. They have the freedom to take it the direction that they want to, as long as they are experimenting and playing and getting comfortable with new ways to use supplies or materials. By developing a habit of risk-taking in art, it encourages them to not be afraid of taking risk in other areas of their life. Art is not just for artists. And that if they can learn to tap into their own creativity, it will help them no matter what they do, in whatever profession they pursue. One of the things that would be important for an art guide to know is that the learners will continue to surprise you with their creativity, with their ideas. They are less afraid of the risk involved in experimentation with different materials and supplies, and they often put their whole heart into their work. Plan to be surprised by what you see and you experience. I would just really encourage school leaders to think about the way that they approach their art classes and what outcomes they really desire for their learners. It's one thing to teach artists how to draw an eye or how to mold clay, but it's another thing when you think about it through the filter of creativity, and how many of those kids that are in their classrooms will be going on to do all different kinds of professions. And how can you develop some of that creative thinking and design thinking skills into your art room? I would encourage parents to really just let their child explore their own creativity in as many ways as possible. Whether that is them building fairy houses in the backyard, or it's them coloring, or it's them creating a building with interesting windows, or it's them taking pictures of their favorite things outside, that just to let them dabble in and explore all different kinds of ways to create.